You go in those woods and go through what I went through with these scum, and then you tell me if I deserve life in prison or death row at all.
This trial became a media circus. Aileen Wuornos had become this icon, this badass lesbian prostitute who killed Johns for money.
I can still remember reading the clippings. Female serial killer, murder, mayhem. The headlines were very sensationalized.
Ms. Wuornos is probably one of the most primitive people I've seen outside of an institution.
But that backfired in a big way. This trial became a media circus. Aileen became a media circus. Prosecution played portions of Aileen's original confession to the jury, but it was heavily edited. In the original confession, Aileen says that this was self-defense at least 50 times. 3 hours were edited down to 16 minutes. So much content was completely edited out.
When you saw her in the confession, she was like a cornered animal. This would be something that you would splatter across a trial from beginning to end. But this was missing from the trial tapes.
Had the jury heard these 50 times when she said it was self-defense, that would have gone a long way towards helping her case. But that didn't happen. Heavily edited.
Books and movies.
Wuornos claims investigators bribed a witness and that her lesbian lover, Ty Moore, testified only to make money off her life story.
She's been offered like $500,000 and might be a multimillionaire after this is over.
According to court documents, there were movie deals made.
They have to have a conviction in order to get this money.
By warrant of the governor of the state of Florida, you, Aileen Carol Wuornos, be electrocuted until you are dead. And may God have mercy upon your court.
The 35-year-old defendant is visibly angered by the verdict.
I was raped. I hope you get raped. Scumbags of America.
The jury that convicted Wuornos on Monday, Thursday recommended that she be sent to the electric chair instead of life in prison.
You mean to say
innocent, and I was raped, and I was tortured.
Do you think she deserves the death penalty?
I certainly do.
And may God have mercy upon your court.
Turns out, in the middle of the investigation, some of these investigators were talking to Hollywood producers about selling Aileen's story.
And may God have mercy upon your court.
This should have brought about a mistrial.
I was pissed.
She's been offered like $500,000 and might be a multimillionaire after this is over.
And may God have mercy upon your court.
She was like a cornered animal.
Heavily edited.
Books and movies.
A media circus.
Scumbags of America.
Wuornos had become this icon.
I was pissed.
They want to turn them into high-profile cases for books and movies.
She doesn't look at herself as a serial killer. Just a dictionary does. And people like you. And people like you.
Heavily edited.
Books and movies.
A media circus.
Scumbags of America.
Wuornos had become this icon
For books and movies.
who killed Johns for money.
For books and movies.
Who killed Johns for money.
For books and movies.
Just a dictionary does. And people like you.
For books and movies.
Who killed Johns for money.
For books and movies.
Who killed Johns for money.
For books and movies.